right now. It was like 42 in Kissimmee, 41 in Sanford, and it feels like 36 right now over in Ocala. So late wearers, we had 3 daytime hours today. It's going to be a cool one. Now evening, we're fully around 50 by lunchtime. We're near 60 degrees. Afternoon highs in Seminole County. Sharp will climb into the low 60s. I'll be back to take a close look at high temperatures city by city coming up in less than 10. Let's head over the traffic center now. Some new information, Alexa, on I-4.
Yeah, you see crews right now responding to a new.
And they got to change your pace, those elves, because it's pretty cold up in the North Pole, but yesterday was comfortable.
Not too bad here. It's a little on the cool side, though. Most North Pole.
This news.
And Greg will be back at Track Shack today at noon. You guys, rumor has it Santa will be there.
Yeah, so, excuse me.
And we have a link for you as well at 9.
So, yeah, guys, I am going to provide, well, I've provided in the past, audit reports on charitable organizations, and so yeah, you guys should be able to take a look at some of the work papers and the work reports and some of my literary publications and so forth, and including some of the shelters and the hospices and the hostels and so forth, since we are literally approaching a World War III. I'm pretty sure that's evident, and there's going to be a national crisis very soon. We are auditing, social and public services all over the country, making sure that they are equipped and conditioned to be able to handle a greater load than usual. So I'm pretty sure that this will be effectively communicated within 3 days. In 3 days' time, this is going to be communicated effectively. And today is the 12th of December 2024. Once again, I'm going to have to explain this to you guys. I am not recording from any past, time frame and projecting something else to you guys. It is honestly December the 12th, 2024. Okay, so there's nothing irate about me saying this over and over and over again, because I've received certain feedback saying that communicating apparently that they were not too sure if I was recording from if I recorded some of these video recordings years ago preceding the publication date, and that's just not true. What I have purported in my articulation of any details within the video recordings are accurate, okay? And certain stuff which has to do with, Freemasonic, files and secrets and things of that nature, you don't have to believe in that if you don't want to. That's okay. But when it comes to law enforcement activity and when it comes to policy-making activity or activism, this ought to be understood. What is law, and what is policy. What is compliant and nominal policy, meaning in adherence to enacted law, whether constitutional or duly enacted within a legislature, has to be taken seriously. They all have to be taken seriously, not just the law, but the policy framework. Only when it's adherent to the law. So we don't want to see SSI recipients being turned away at homeless shelters and so forth. We don't want to see veterans being turned away at homeless shelters whatsoever. So that point is going to be made a bit more poignantly, but I'm pretty sure that the stuff that I cannot reveal to you guys, having to do with procedures and so forth, and having to do with reporting to federal offices and this and this and that, things I cannot reveal in this video recording, well, that stands on its own. I'm not deferring from that, and I'm not belittling that in any sort of way. This in any sort of way. So yes. So what else am I gonna have to speak on? Well, later on, I'm gonna. So I'm gonna post this today on YouTube, and it's just consider all of it. Declassified information wherever it is clear the information has been declassified. I have stated what has been declassified over and over and over again consistently without any sort of deviation whatsoever. So what is declassified, what I have uttered, what I have reiterated as declassified is honestly purported and perceived by me as being completely declassified based on standard procedures within the Central Intelligence Agency and INTERPOL. So, let it go. So I'm gonna post the video recording our publication today. I'm gonna post it on YouTube. I'm not just gonna publish it, well, actually, I'm going to publish it on YouTube instead. I'm not going to publish it anywhere else. I was thinking about, actually, opening up, one of the video recording portals of INTERPOL, one of the subsidiary, service channels and so forth on the web. I was going to do so, but I'm going to have to refrain from doing so for the time being. And I don't communicate any sort of violence or any sort of abstract, theory when it comes to government work and policy making, or policy communication. So please do not think anything crazy whatsoever. I'm a federal auditor for the federal government of the United States, I promise you, essentially of the agent class.
Okay.
And in 3 days, the White House is going to be demolished by NSA and the Central Intelligence Agency.
Okay.
And it's going to be top news and so forth. And when it happens, I don't want anyone here at any social service, agency or just a regular charity. We don't want them overreacting. There's going to be a declaration of World War III, essentially. Mm-hmm. And we don't want people, underreacting or overreacting.
Okay.
So I was told to brief you guys as quick as possible. I'm not here to scare you guys, or this is not a scare tactic. It's gonna be staged. Barack Obama is gonna fake his death. Kamala Harris, she's gonna fake her death. And Joe Biden, President Joe Biden, is gonna fake his death also. And the current vice president, the current assistant to the vice president. I think one of the assistants to the vice president she's gonna fake a death also. She or he, I'm not too sure. But anyway, a group of individuals, very popular individuals in our governments, they're gonna have to fake their death on that particular day for security purposes,
okay.
And so forth. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so you guys can see it's December the 12th, 2024 once again. And what you guys heard earlier, today in the preceding segment of this video recording is myself, briefing one of the employees of the Salvation Army's men's shelter here in Orlando, Florida. And essentially I simply purported being slightly nervous so that I would not communicate any sort of aggression in briefing that individual on the particular matter which I have addressed, consistently. What is going to happen on December 15th, 2024? It almost happened earlier, but it was delayed. The demolition of the White House, it was delayed, but it's going to happen on December 15th, 2024. We're pretty sure that is guaranteed. The Central Intelligence Agency and NSA has negotiated doing so. So simply it's going to be a staged event, naturally. And this is temporarily declassified information, but it's going to result in the declaration of World War III, essentially global war. So I did explain to the employee of the Salvation Army's men's shelter here in Orlando, Florida, that this event is going to occur, and I don't want anyone, overreacting or underreacting, since the declaration of World War is likely to be, explicated immediately thereafter. I'm almost sure of it. And so this is going to happen no matter what. But And then maybe about a week and a half later or 2 weeks, Moscow is going to be nuked by nuclear warheads or possibly a small atomic bomb. We are not too sure what the Russian and the United States governments have negotiated between both options, but that's going to happen also. So what is going to happen succeeding both events, what we have detailed regarding Manhattan, is suddenly going to happen, and that's just not going to be derailed, curtailed, prohibited, or delayed whatsoever. So by January 5th, 2025, Manhattan will likely be demolished by atomic bombing staged by the CIA, Interpol, and the United Nations. So that's what's going to occur, And the city of New York has been briefed, for the most part, by the Central Intelligence Agency, NSA, the Mormon Church, the Jehovah's Witnesses, and so forth. And people are preparing to move out completely, and they will not be there for that specific event. That particular event, there will be no casualty. I've detailed this, overwhelmingly, and I've done so for the right reason. I am not any purveyor of any sort of violence whatsoever, and certainly I'm not a terroristic type of person. What I've provided to you guys is not debriefing whatsoever. I am briefing you guys on what is to happen. All right? I want you guys to accept that I am a federal auditor of the agent class regarding the Central Intelligence Agency and Interpol. Okay, guys? Okay, guys, so what I just explained to you guys earlier, the preceding segment, it provides exactly what I wanted to explain. There shouldn't be any sort of miscommunication in that, respective communication effort. I was not, alluding to any sort of conflict between the National Security Agency and the Central Intelligence Agency in any sort of vital way, So the evacuation, orders and procedures have been redeclared to the City of New York, and specifically the City Council, and preceding that corresponding event regarding the White House, Barack Obama, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, and possibly Michelle Obama will all fake their death. Not just possibly. They will fake their death, but it's possible that Michelle Obama might opt out of doing so. So that's what I needed, clarified, actually re-clarified. I did detail this a bit earlier, actually consistently, not just a bit earlier, but consistently. Okay, guys?